talk about our country. Lord, I feel just the same. He speaks his mind, trying to help mankind and the people of the USA. Yeah. Oh, John Boodle, he got a lot to say. Oh, yes, he does. 'Cause there's a good old boy down in Texas, turning Texas blue. And there's a blue dot family in the USA. All over this world. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
Indeed there is, baby. And it is Thursday. It's time for another Blue Dot Family meeting. Let me get my camera right there. There we go. It's time for another Blue Dot Family meeting. I'm glad y'all showed up, baby. Anyway, Mission Chick, thank you very much. First one to jump in, followed by Dorothy Tyndall, Randy Peterson. Woo, pig, buddy. Sweet 16. What are you doing over there? Going through your childhood? Karen Van Wyck is here. Thank you very much. That smart-ass squaw. Martha's here. Miss Linda. Hey, howdy, Miss Linda. The remixtress is here. Bruce Preston. Let me see here. Mega Wet Willie is with us. RVW King. Deborah Douglas and Jan Beats is here. Let me see. Ohio Dad 70. Joe, it's good to see you out there, brother. Tell Steve I said hello. Jane McDaniel is out there with us. Thank you very much. Let me get on down here. Paula Gibson, thank you for being here. Mark Perkins, put your feet up, kick your feet. That's right. Talk politics, baby, for a little bit anyway. We'll see what we can get into. No arrest today. Damn, another day with no arrest. George Murray's here. Let me see. Carolyn and John Matjesco, thank you all. Almost forgot what day of the week. Ain't it nice? Ain't it nice? Game time. What game? What's going on? John Heron is here. Linda Gallup. Let me see. Everybody's here. All right. Anyway. Yep. No arrest today. Damn. Just another day in paradise, I guess. It doesn't look like this week's going to be the week for Donnie to get, indicted. He said he was going to get arrested on Tuesday, but, gee, that didn't happen, so it kind of blew his whole shit out the door. But he is not resting, baby. He is over there on his Truth Social, whatever you want to call that bullshit over there, trying to rile up the minions, baby. He is trying his best to provoke them. He is telling them that while the radical left is destroying America, they expect us to peacefully protest. Yeah, I think he's egging a little something on there. He's desperate. It's been reported, I saw a thing in the news today, that sources close to the Donnie says he wants to be put in handcuffs. He wants a perp walk. Matter of fact, I believe the story said he would prefer if his handcuffs were behind his back, which I think they'd have to put several handcuffs on him to be able to get them. I don't think they'd go. Anyway, that's exactly what he wants. He wants that photograph. He wants that picture of him being persecuted and all this bullshit. So he can rile his minions up so he can pick their pockets more, I guess. That's the easy part of it. But there's a dangerous part to the bullshit that he's playing. And we got nothing to do but sit back and wait and see what happens. Not too big of crowds are showing up there in New York City. Just a few people. Mar-a-Lago, they're kind of fading out too. Because the word is that the grand jury met today, but they didn't hear any rebuttal witnesses or anything in New York. And they are scheduled to meet again on Monday and listen to a rebuttal witness then. So, ain't nothing going to happen at least till Tuesday. Maybe he just had it a week off. He almost had it right, but just couldn't manage it. But don't think for a minute that he's not going to attempt to rile up his minions as much as he can. He wants them to come to his defense. He wants them to show up mad and ready to hit the streets. Hello, Miss Chick.
Hey, John.
How are you doing, dear?
Pretty good.
Good.
It'd be a big mistake to put any handcuffs on that man.
It would, and there's no need to. You know,
No, there isn't.
he's not a violent criminal. He's not going to try to run down the street and escape. I'd like to see that, though.
Well, and I really think just because of the spectacle, they'll try and keep it low down and slide him in some back door kind of quiet way.
Indeed, yeah. Jay Clayton, tell Stephanie Dean I will indeed call her. I'll call her or text her and let her know what's up. But thank you for being here, and you take good care of her for us. Anyway, yep. Not today, but I did hear the story about his true social shit. How he's trying to word his language where it's not crossing the barrier, but it sure is. Oh Lord. Sure is trying to go in that direction. And yes, Megawatt Willie just brought up Rand Paul, and I got his ass over here. Who was it that said they called him a Russian asset? Do you remember? Somebody called, back when Donnie got elected, they called Rand Paul. It was a congressman. It was a congressman. DJ, how are you?
I'm doing great, John. I'm trying to finish my dinner. Sorry about that.
Sounded like you had a little something in the mouth there, buddy.
Yeah, my bacon, cheese, and egg sandwich.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead and mute yourself.
No,
When I see you unmute, I'll know you're done.
Well, I'm done. That was the
okay.
last bite, so I'm fine.
So,
Yeah, it was a good sandwich too.
good. Good.
You know, I was just wondering, John, why are all of these, and they're not Trump attorneys, these attorneys coming out in New York saying that Bragg doesn't have a good enough case, he's going to lose, he's blah, 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 blah. And they're really putting it down, and it's really kind of souring me.
They're trying to play off of what Jacket Off Jordan, Jim Jacket Off Jordan, on the Judiciary Committee wrote a letter to Bragg in demanding that they produce documents and come in front of the committee and blah, blah, blah. Jim Jordan can go stick it up his ass. This is a state issue. This has nothing to, this is an ongoing investigation, and for Congress to stick their nose in there and go, hey, we want to see all your shit, kiss off, asshole. You'll see it when we release the indictment, if indeed there is one.
He has no power over Bragg.
No, he has no power to investigate or do anything. Federal funds are not involved in state, and what does the judiciary have to do with anything in a local case in New York? Not a damn thing. They're trying to run blocker for Donnie. They're trying to find out what they got.
I would argue that the other lawyers are saying that, number one, they're getting paid to have their face on TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
And give an opinion. And two, they probably have a lot of clients in the same kind of tax-related issues. So, of course, they're going to defend that.
Carolyn says we keep cutting out. I hope that's not my...
You're not cutting out here.
Fine to me, John.
Okay. I was worried about my signal there.
No,
Bragg just came out and said, stick it up your ass. I don't think he used those particular words.
No, he wouldn't.
But I did read the letter that Bragg, or most of it anyway, the first 2 pages I saw, where Bragg is writing back to Jacket Off Jordan and explaining to him the law and quoting law, case law in the letter, saying, you dumbass, if you don't understand what you're doing, please follow these instructions, is basically what Bragg was doing. But Bragg, Congress ain't got, Judiciary Committee ain't got jack shit to do with this case. It's not even done yet.
Well, Jordan is sticking his nose in places he's obviously not qualified to stick it in, because he doesn't know shit about what he's talking about.
That's Congress's job right now with the Republicans in control, is to run blocker for Donnie. That's all it is. Try to create as much havoc as you can over bullshit to keep the people's mind off of him, off of the bullshit that he's doing, that Donnie's done.
Did you see the video of Jordan in that hearing on the Second Amendment?
No, I did not see that.
There was a hearing, and Jordan came in and started. It was a committee hearing, and Jordan came in and started quoting all this, and he started attacking the. Of
course he does.
What he does. Right, but his point was that I guess they have these pistols that have what's almost like a stock that you can buy for them and put on them, and now they're going to be considered a rifle, so they have to be licensed, and you have to be have a background check if you buy a pistol and you put one of these stocks on it. And Jordan's all upset about that.
Well, of course he is. You're interrupting God, man's God-given right to kill each other here. I mean, shit, look it up in the Bible, right there. Thou shalt not mess with a Colt 45 or 9mm.
Right. Well, the
No,
guy
it's an
who invented
extended
this,
stock that they hook onto the pistol handle. It extends the
right.
stock out to the shoulder, and it makes it into
It was
a
made for a guy
semi-automatic type
who
rifle.
was handicapped. He was a veteran and he was disabled, and so the guy made it for him. But now they're selling it to everybody. You don't have to be disabled to put it on your pistol. So it's like all of a sudden it became a fad or something.
It's
to have
man's eternal way to keep up with technology on the best way to kill your neighbor.
Yeah.
That's
well,
basically what it is.
Well, he stole more than 2 million of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, look at how bump stocks were all the rage right up until Las Vegas.
yes.
When Las Vegas happened, oh, well, we got to stop that shit. Yeah, it's always after. It's always after.
Yeah,
Never before.
fight the fire, never prevent the
No,
fire.
we're not going to get gun legislation done anytime in the next 2 years, not while the Republicans are in. Yes, dear?
Can we send out a big congratulations to Jus and Inga on
Just,
the birth of their baby daughter?
Justin Inga?
Uh-huh.
Justin and Inga?
No, Jus Coggins.
Oh, Just
and his wife
Coggins.
Inga.
They had a baby?
They had a baby girl.
Outstanding, Bub.
Marie.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Well,
Definitely.
congratulations. Yes, everybody send out a few. I don't have. Oh, here, I got this. Yay! We're all rooting for you, buddy. That's great news. Welcome to. Is that the first one? I didn't see the
The
message.
newest BDF, he says.
The newest. There you go. The newest BDF. There you go.
The newest little
Outstanding.
blue dot.
Is that his first one, I wonder?
I'm not sure.
I'm just wondering if it is. Hold on
What's
to
that?
your britches. Your life
Did
just
you say-
changed. For the better.
Did you say what sex?
It is his first.
It
he
is
says.
his first, yes. Well, hang on,
Boy
brother.
or a girl?
Hang on.
A girl.
It's a girl.
A girl. Oh,
It's
wow.
a girl.
neat.
Outstanding. Oh, yeah. You're in for the
Yeah.
ride of your life, buddy. But it's a
Oh,
great
I
one,
love
boy.
it.
There's lips and dips and everything else and curves and sways, and you won't know what's coming around the corner. But every bit of it's going to be a
Just wait
blessing,
till
man,
she's
I'm
a
telling you.
teenager,
Huh?
I raised a girl. Just wait till she's a teenager.
Yeah. Man. Thank God I
They're
got
not all
my. Yeah. It's a ride. You're going to,
It is.
it's one you're never going to forget, and so thankful that you were on.
Well, I love my daughter, but I can tell you there were times when I wanted to take her out.
I still get those. No, my kids. I'm lucky with both my boys. Yeah. So
You're very lucky. Your boys are really good.
they are good kids. They're young men, and I'm thankful for them, and I'm happy with the way they turned out in life. Their perspective on life and all that. You do your
Yeah.
best. Justin's going to do the same thing. He is going to be faced with so much shit that she's going to have questions on later in life, or have to deal with some bullshit some boy said, or, the ride is going to be hellacious, but it's going to be the best ride he's ever going to be on in his life.
And guarantee it'll go by too fast.
Yeah. Oh, it will.
Yeah.
You won't think
That's a
so on a
guarantee.
day-by-day basis, but don't worry. Them diapers will soon pass. And,
Yep.
yeah, if you haven't already, they haven't had the smell, that comes with that. I remember my boys, neither one of them. Oh, look at there. My kid's shitting on stink. I don't smell a thing. Yeah,
and he's
shortly
got his
later.
mother-in-law helping right now.
Yeah.
So that's good.
My daughter always managed to, because when I was teaching university, I used to wear a suit and tie. My daughter always waited till I held her to throw up on my suit before I
Oh,
was
of
going
course.
to work.
Of course.
Yeah, G
Oh.
says
One
not too
would
difficult.
call
I
that
had
bad
too.
timing, DJ.
With
Yeah.
Travis, it was a rough ride because we brought him home and everything was hunky dory, and we give him a bottle and he'd eat it, and then he would. Does anybody know what projectile vomiting is? We're not
Yes.
talking about dribbling over your shoulder.
No, no.
Oh no, we're talking about a fire hose that shoots across the room.
We're talking about Linda Blair.
Yes, right out of The Exorcist. That's exactly what it looks like. And that was Travis. Everything that went in his stomach would violently come out of his mouth later.
Oh,
And
Oh.
it come to find out that there was a blockage between his stomach and his intestine. So everything went in the stomach, but that's as far as it went.
I
So
assume you got rid of it since he's still around.
very early in life, he had his first surgery. So,
oh.
Yeah.
like I said, it's the roller coaster goes up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's but again, it's a ride that you're always going to be wishing
Well,
you could rerun again.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
hopefully, kids that you have won't be like I was.
but Josh's baby, that's why we're all in this shit.
Exactly. We got to make this
That's
a better
it, a
world.
better
for
world
Justice
for
baby
her.
girl.
Yeah. Well,
You
that's
know?
why we're here now. That's for
That's
sure.
why we fight now. Like I
That's-
said, the trail we blaze isn't for us. It's for those that
For
come
my-
behind us.
Yeah.
My 3 grandchildren. It's for
Right.
them that I'm doing this.
Yep.
That's why we're all in this fight. That's how come we all want a better future. That we're not satisfied with the status quo of the way life is. We could do better, and we have to. The age
Speaking
of
of
technology
fight-
is rising, baby.
Have you read about the deal that's going on with the book burning? I'm looking here in Utah. Utah passed a law that any books that basically have any kind of sex or sexual description in them, just basically sodomy, incest, anything like that in them, including gay and lesbian, they're now banned from the school libraries in the state of Utah. So this person, and the person's anonymous, they wouldn't give out the name, basically went through the Bible and presented them with 8 pages of the pornography in the Bible, and he filled out the form to get the Bible banned from the school libraries
Good for
in
him.
Utah. And this guy,
Did it work?
his name is Ivory,
Shouldn't have been in there anyways.
well, the state representative, his name is Ken Ivory. He's all upset that somebody's using and abusing his law.
Using it, well, he wrote. Is it his law? Did he write
Well,
the
he
law?
sponsored, he was the
He
primary
sponsored the
sponsor.
bill, but now somebody's
Yeah.
trying to
Actually use it
actually use
in
it.
a manner he
He
doesn't
just doesn't
Go
like it the way
figure.
it's going to be used.
No.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I think
there's
it's
sex
great.
in the Bible, discussed in the Bible.
Yeah, it backfired. I think that's great.
I just know if you get caught, poking a goat, you got to die, and the goat's got to die. I never did understand that part.
Yeah.
That's what Leviticus says. If you're caught pokey with an animal, then the person dies and the goat dies. Well, what are you killing the
Really?
goat for? Fuck, he didn't do nothing. She didn't
Because
do
they
nothing.
were afraid there was going to be half human,
Yeah.
half goats. That's why.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
It's there's a whole list,
And there's sea serpents and things like that too.
Yeah, well, there's incest. I mean, what's his name with his 2 daughters? I can't remember his name in the Bible. They were up in a cave or something, and
Oh,
his daughters
that's,
decided to-
That's
There's some nasty shit in the Bible.
yes, there is.
You
Well, I
can
don't want to
find
get
it all
off on
there.
theology, but I've
Murder
just
and
always had the
mayhem.
basic premises of, well, there was 2, and now we have millions.
Yeah, that
What was
kind
that
of
George
is the
Carlin
same
once said?
concept.
Somebody's printing up souls. Yeah. Started with 2, now we got millions. How did that happen? Brother.
I can explain it.
That's where it
No
comes
idea.
from. Well, Adam
But
and Eve
I-
had 2 sons, right? Cain and
right.
Abel. What's
Yeah.
up? We got millions of people. How I'm just
Well, how do they
saying,
find wives?
if you got Eve,
how do they find
Adam,
wives?
and 2 guys, sons, I'm just saying. You know,
Well, I have read a lot of the Apocrypha, which is the books of the Bible that weren't included in the Bible, and
blasphemy.
I won't go into any detail,
Yeah.
but they explain a little bit more about what was going on.
Yeah, we
Let's
don't
get
do
off
well
the.
when we get into religion.
Yeah, let's get off of that shit. S.C.
Yeah.
Smith, how in the hell is Florida, brother?
Florida is Florida. I tell you what. You know what, John?
What?
Right at this point, I don't give a shit. It's beyond
It's gotten
me.
to that point, huh?
Yeah, and tell you why I don't, because I just want to say I want to come in and let you know, and everybody else that's been listening and knows I haven't been around for a while, and I've been kind of out of
Well,
the picture.
we have missed you.
I had personal reasons to do that, and I'm happy to say that as of today,
Today.
March 23rd,
That's it.
I am 1 year sober.
Really?
Yay!
S.C.
1 year.
Congratulations, brother.
SC.
That's a
Yep.
milestone.
So
It is.
there's reasons why I haven't been around.
One day at a time.
And when
Indeed, baby.
you're trying to keep sensible and not stressed out and stuff. I just had to back away from things
You gotta know your triggers.
Yes.
and get through this and make it to today. And I'm happy to say I just wanted to come on and let you know that today I am 1 year sober.
That is fantastic news,
That
brother.
is fantastic.
That's
And,
almost
I-
as great as Jess Coggins having a baby. But, you know, there's two people involved in
Congratulations
that
to her.
miracle. You're by yourself, brother.
Good for you.
I am.
But,
I'm proud of
yeah.
you, S.C., because I battled with, and I make no bones about it. I still occasionally nowadays can drink a beer or have a glass of whiskey or something. I don't go the way I used to go. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I was, a young sailor, and that's what I lived up to that motto, baby. You know,
Yeah.
and
But,
it's not good for you at all.
Yeah. And like I say, I'm feeling better than I've felt in years, and
Outstanding.
and I just didn't need all the stress. I go through Twitter and I see all the dumb shit going on, and I just pretty much just
Well,
laugh at it.
you
That's
know,
the best thing I can do is just laugh
Yes,
at it.
there's a reason to do everything, SC. There's a reason to drink. There's
Yeah.
a reason to push an old lady down the stairs if she's in your way. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's
It's
the
hard
thing.
not to drink.
Uh,
It's really hard.
It
not
is.
to
It's
if you
hard
want
not to. Especially when you're used to being around in an atmosphere where it's common, where everybody
Yeah.
else is sitting around drinking too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
and,
like I said, it's it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Like I said, I just had to watch what I did and be careful and not, get myself in places to where I'd be like, oh damn, I need a beer. I need a beer. And luckily it really wasn't that bad. After the first couple months, I made it through. I was able to hang around people, and they could drink, and I could just, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I got water. I got Gatorade.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
drink
fine
RC.
right here.
I'll
I
drink
tell you,
RC
the hardest
cola all
thing-
day.
The hardest thing, SC, that I ever did was quit smoking cold turkey. I
Yeah.
wanted a cigarette so badly. I mean, I don't think that in any way compares to what you're going through, but I know that addiction can really be hard to throw.
Oh,
away.
sure.
The cigarettes are the next thing I got to work on. I was at the doctor a couple of weeks ago, and she said, "You need to stop smoking. You need to stop smoking." I'm like, "Yeah, one quit. Let me quit one thing at a time here."
Yeah. One crisis at a time.
One vice.
I have
at least.
and I don't like to. I have not lied. I have just not said anything. Yes, I still have my smoking habit. That is one thing I'm having a hard time, because John's one of these guys, when he gets pissed off, fucking give me a cigarette, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
release
it's
the
something
stress.
that I've got to, I've slowed down a lot. I really have. That part I will take credit for, but not near what I need to. I just need to quit. But every day I find a reason.
Yeah, well, you're dealing with a lot of stress, John, putting on
Yeah.
this program and everything that you do.
I
so.
look. I seen an article today on the news. It was talking about how I told my kids they're going to live longer than me, man. Well, A, none of them smoke. And I saw the story today about if you spend more time outside, if you take walks in the park, if you explore the great outdoors or something, just that relaxation is going to make you live longer. And my kids do that all the time. Travis and Rose will leave here, they'll go into town, and they'll go to West Guth, or they'll go to some park, and they'll walk around the park. They'll walk around the seashore or something like that. They're always out enjoying nature. So I told
I
him,
got
hey,
my hour in today.
you got what?
I got my hour walk in today.
Did you?
Yep.
Well, I
I
got
worked
an hour
on
in walk, but it wasn't, doing anything I wanted to do. No.
Well, I cut all my rose bushes back, and I spent about 4 hours out there
Well, good.
cutting the rose bushes back and pulling weeds and doing all that stuff because it was 70 something here today.
That counts.
70 something there? Well, that's warming up, bub.
We're about to have some thunderstorms and heavy flooding possible tonight.
We're supposed to hit 93 tomorrow.
Oh, Josh.
Wow.
Yes. Well, it's getting plumb warm. I'm wearing shorts again. I'm back down to my shorts. SC, is it a major change in your social life that you're having to do, or are you adjusting well with that?
Well, John. Really, I didn't have much. I didn't really go out that much, and
Right.
and to be honest with you, the only person I really ever hung around with will be moving to New Hampshire
Oh, shit.
on April 4th. So yeah, it's I'm gonna have to make new friends. I can't just be a homebody, but it didn't. Not really. I
Hey.
mean, you just have to.
Heard they got an opening over there in Rockport, Texas.
Oh yeah.
I know a guy. I could hook you up.
Okay.
I could hook you up, buddy.
But no, not only that, but it's just other things. My mom's getting to where she ain't doing too good, and
Yeah,
I
I'm sorry to hear
gotta
that.
be straight to help take care of her. I mean, it's just it's
It's
other-
what we do
other
in life,
things-
brother.
Other things more important. You know
Yeah.
what? And just sitting around drinking all the time by yourself ain't good for you mentally either.
No.
So
No.
No, you find
No.
all sorts of reasons to hate yourself when you do that.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Self.
Let
I've
me-
been around severe alcoholics in the past, and I'll tell you what, you don't want to become one of those.
No.
Not at all.
It's not good, and it's not a good life. Anyway,
Oh,
let
I
me
was.
thank Ed Beatty Jr., who just came in with a $2 donation and said, "Working tonight, but in spirit. The GOP House sucks. Big time, big time. Yes, they suck.
They do.
But I did enjoy. If you have a chance, go by there. You can probably find it. Well, where did I read? Oh, I read it on Twitter. The copy of the letter showed up there, so I read Bragg's response to Jack It Off Jordan for his request for information on the investigation into Donnie. And like I said, basically it just tells Jordan to stick it up his butt because he ain't getting shit.
I just going through Twitter and from some people that are pretty reliable sources when they say things, it happens.
Right.
And one of these guys is the guy that prosecuted Trump University, and he's pretty much on top of everything he says. And he was talking about how they canceled the grand jury meetings for today and stuff like that, and just talking about how and I'm just repeating what he says. It might happen. If it doesn't, like I said, I don't know anymore these days. But he said there could be a probability that the DOJ will get Donnie tomorrow for the Mar-a-Lago stuff. But we'll see. We'll wait and see what happens.
Well,
usually, like I said, this guy's on point most of the time.
This case, and everybody agrees, both on the right and the left agree that this is the case out of New York is a minor case. This is not huge breaking news that Donnie screwed around on his wife and paid off a porn star. The bookkeeping was a little shaky there, and he went too far and he broke the law. But that's what he did, so he's got to be held accountable for it. But again, I look at it as this case is like clearing landmines, baby. You're getting all the little bullshit arguments out of the way about prosecuting a former president. The case coming out of Georgia is the one I keep waiting to think it was going to pop any day. But the two cases in Washington, the January 6th investigation and the documents case. In the document case, we already see what's happening there. because Donnie's lawyer has been called back in. Cochran, whatever his name is.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been called in and say, hey, attorney-client privilege isn't working when you're plotting crimes here, buddy. So come on back in. We're going to talk to you.
And they're
I
saying
think that
he
happens
would-
tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and they're saying he's not going to take the fall for Trump, so he may open up.
Well, at some point, making attorneys get attorneys. At some point, are you going to put yourself in jeopardy? Are you
No.
willing to go to jail for Donnie? That's
No.
going to be the question they're going to
Well,
be faced with.
his original guy went to jail, right? Cohen went to jail
Yes.
for 3
Yeah,
years.
Michael's Cohen, and he turned out to be the biggest, witness against him.
Well,
Yeah.
I would too. If I went to jail for that
and he's
stuff.
in a position to where he can't lie anymore. He cannot go into that grand jury and lie about a stinking thing. He'll wind his ass back in jail
It
again.
kind of comes down to the big dispute is Cohen said Donnie told him to do it, and Donnie said no, Cohen said that he was going to do it.
Yeah.
So he said, I
Right.
mean,
It's not a felony unless he told Cohen to do it.
right.
Well, Cohen's going to have to come up with, did he tell you, or did you do this yourself?
Right. Trump's trying to
Yeah.
say, no, it was on Cohen's advice that it all happened. It wasn't anything that he told him to do.
Of the two, I tend to believe Cohen over Trump.
Oh, I would definitely.
Generally,
In this
generally, yes.
today's age, yes, I would take Cohen over Trump any day now.
only because he tends to be a
Only because
pathological
he's
liar.
been through what he's been through. He's already
Yeah.
been in prison. You want to
Yeah.
go back? You want to play that game some more, or what?
And Trump's making a fool out of himself on Truth Social with all his all caps rants.
He was all in caps talking about, they want us to protest peacefully. Yeah, he's daring them not to. That's exactly what that message was.
Yes.
He's trying to egg them on into what? Taking up arms? Yes, Gene Shanky. Maybe sometime next week he could be taken into, custody. I don't know if custody is going to be the right word to use, Gene. He'll be fingerprint and mugshot and then come out and scream about it. But
Any of those weekend warriors that come out and start violence, I think they're going to have a big surprise when the U.S. military shows up and says, this ain't going to work. And
well, that I've been asked that. Well, how does that work if they come to arrest him? I said, well, I assume that the Secret Service agents that are on around him right now would just turn around and say, "Sir, sorry, but you're under arrest." They're not his personal guards. They are Secret Service, and they are government law enforcement. So
I think it was over the weekend. I shared a clip. This chick, I think you might have seen it, but it's this comedian. I don't know the comedian's name, but he got into the little skit about the 100 NRA Trumpers against the military. He's like, yeah, you got the 100 NRA Trumpers and 2 military guys, and he's like, let's go over, and he's talking about how they had to have this thing, and they ought to do it on Christmas Day and put it on Fox News. And he's doing, the reporter walks over and he says to the NRA guy, and he's like, hey, what's your name? He's like, I'm such and such. And he's like, what's your weapon of choice? He's like, I got an AR-15 and Kevlar from head to toe. And he's like, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think your chances are? And he's like, a fucking million. And he's like, okay. He's like, well, let's go talk to this one military guy. And he's like, hey, what's your name? He's like, Sergeant Jeremiah Walker. And he goes, I don't know if this is fair or not, but I got a drone, and it's got 8 Hellfire missiles on it, and a high-tech camera. And if you look right here, all 100 of them are right here in one big ball. And he's like, have we started yet? And he's like, yeah. He's like, okay. Boom! He hits the button. It was the funniest.
Shit.
In the Revolutionary War, they all came together and got mowed down.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was so funny. He had a point, Yeah, you gotta get all you out there. We just send a
One
drone
guy
out
with
after you.
one finger pushing one button and you're gone.
Yeah, it's not. It's a different world in this, today. And geeks have a lot of firepower. Let me tell you.
Yeah, and Obama, those guys. What were the guys a few years back? Where were they in Montana or Utah that were holding up the public or
Oh,
the
right.
federal building or whatever it was? You know, they're lucky Obama didn't say, "Well, just go ahead and send a drone in there and go ahead and take care of them if they want to play like that." But he didn't.
Well, he
Yeah.
just tried to starve them out. What the hell? They'll get hungry eventually.
Boy, howdy.
Don't have food and water, it's kind of tough to last for too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. Well, and you couldn't have done anything
But we could.
right in that situation either.
No, it's kind of
We've
a
seen
danger.
that before
thing.
with
Tony
David
boy,
Koresh and all them.
what's cooking, Tony?
Oh, hello, John. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, brother. You been in the kitchen lately?
Oh,
No.
not in the last few days. A couple of days I was in there a couple of days ago. My knee's been bothering me
Oh hell.
because of the weather up here. My right knee's got arthritis in it, and it's been raining for the last 3-4 days, and it's been thumping on me. That's the one I used to fall
Yeah.
on all the time when I worked.
Yep,
Sure.
I have
So,
trouble with both
yeah.
my knees, brother.
Yeah, between aspirin cream and Bernadette salve and bare back and body pain pills.
I,
Yeah.
I use BioFreeze. It works pretty good for me.
BioFreeze is
I
pretty
got a
good.
can of that sitting here too.
If you're
Yeah.
like me, you got like 10 different things hanging around because you done tried everything.
You got that right. Feel like hit my other knee, maybe stop my right knee from hurting.
Yeah,
But
no.
Well,
It
I
doesn't
found
work.
the
It just makes both of them hurt, brother.
you got that
I
right.
found a way
No.
that I use that when I'm using it, I'm kind of removed from my body. So if there's pain, it's like I don't feel it anymore.
I
hear
use
that.
I use some of the stuff Doctor Toddenhouse. Toddenhouse. Man, my memory. He sent me some stuff down, and one of them was fire and one of them was cold. I like the fire one. And yeah, I use that on my knees and stuff, and then I save Bernadette stuff for my shoulders.
I'm telling you. No, I was sitting here listening to you guys talking, and I was waiting on Paulette to come back because I sent her to Popeyes to get some chicken.
Popeyes.
She
you
said
go.
hello.
Good.
She
Or
just
if you're
got
gonna go
back
out
in.
to get chicken, that's what we go get. Popeyes.
Well, I told
get-
her, I told her up here in Indiana, chickens must have got a better pay raise because it costs a hell of a lot more for 16 pieces of
Oh
chicken.
man.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I tell you what, you go anywhere
Shit.
now. I call it $50. In my
You
house,
got it. That's what I gave her, 50
yeah,
bucks.
you're going out to get. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and
Uh-huh.
I don't care where you're going. Whether it's you're hitting pretty well close to $50. That'll be
Yep.
42.69 or whatever the hell it is. It's hitting, scaring the hell out of $50 anytime you go out to eat nowadays. So
I
we
bought a
do it
pizza
very
and a
rarely.
salad, and it was $45.
You got
I
a
had
week
chicken
worth of
pot
what?
pies for dinner.
Oh yeah, those are-
Stand by. You know.
Telling you, it's
Joe
too
Tyson,
expensive.
thank you very much. Joe Tyson just subscribed to our YouTube channel. Joe, we appreciate
Good.
it, brother. Welcome
More
to the family.
the better.
It's too
That's
expensive
standing.
anymore.
Well, hey,
Told you,
John,
there's
I-
Welcome, Joe.
spicy chicken.
John, you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy, I'm gonna have to jump out, and I'll try to make it into the blue room. I'm actually playing doctor right now for my brother. He's got a big abscess on his back, and I'm
Oh,
having to help him take care of it
Yeah.
because he can't get to it.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
I'm playing doctor for him. So
What
I'm
a,
gonna go
what
in
a
there
good
and-
brother you are.
Well, I mean, hell, you
My
do it
brother
for
would look
me,
at me
so-
and say, "Oh, that looks like it hurts," and then walk away.
Shit. Yeah, well, it's pretty nasty. So,
Was it
But
a
anyway.
spike?
Well, SC,
yeah,
congratulations.
Tony, I appreciate it. I appreciate
Indeed,
it. brother.
SC. I think we're all very proud of you, brother. That's an
Yeah,
accomplishment.
Like I said, it just I had to step back from things and
Shit,
and
no,
let
puff
this
your
let
chest
this
out and wear that like a badge, brother.
and let this
Right.
crazy world do what it's going to do and let me just stay out of it for a little bit and
I
get
hear you.
and get my
It's-
mind right.
It's gonna
Yeah, I
do
hear
what it's
ya.
gonna do. Whatever it's gonna do is gonna be entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
Become a
Yeah.
spectator. Just
Yeah.
kind of.
But your
Well,
voice is
anyway.
always welcome here,
When you go
brother.
to bed,
Always.
go to bed.
Like I said before, I'm still around. I ain't going nowhere. Might not
Okay.
be here as much, but I'm still around. Everybody, y'all take care. I'm gonna, like I said, I
You
might
too.
try to get back in later on tonight, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Alrighty,
Great
FC.
Okay.
Take care of
Great.
yourself, brother. And
Will do. Will do.
and to remind everybody that we will be having a Blue Dot Family Meetup in San Antonio, Texas on May 19th, 20th, and 21st. So if you are in the San Antonio area, which is a big area around up in there, and if you're a Blue Dot and you want to come up there and visit, let us know, and we're all going to meet up there, and it'll be a great time. So just putting that out there, reminding everybody we're going to San Antonio. Thank you. I like it.
Alright.
I like it. I enjoy it. So,
You know, I was sitting here listening to y'all talk about Trump. Well,
unfortunately,
granddaddy
we do
long
that a
time
lot.
well, my granddaddy taught me a long time ago. He says, when you gonna go stick a pig, you don't tell him when you're coming.
No,
Very good point. I like that.
no, they stick this pig real good. No, I loved it. I've enjoyed this because I did call it before Tuesday. I forgot what show it was. I said the best thing that could happen on Tuesday is nothing. Let
Yes.
him run his mouth,
Exactly.
and that's exactly what happened. If Bragg is playing it intentionally this way, fine. I love it. I think
And
Donnie
my-
just jumped the gun. You know.
In my TikTok post, John, that I put up about it, I said last weekend that it wasn't going to happen this week, and it didn't. You
Yep.
know?
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
it
right.
did not happen. And
And it's
at the
good.
earliest right now, it would be Tuesday. Because the grand jury is going to meet again on Monday to hear, as I understand, the rebuttal witness. And then, you know,
Well, so Trump's going to say,
Well-
I mean, next Tuesday. I meant next Tuesday.
Trump knew damn well it wasn't going to happen on Tuesday when he said that. He
Yes,
made
you're right.
$1.5 million
Is that
over
what
the
the-
weekend
is that right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
in
she's right.
donations.
There's
yes.
the reason. There's the
There's
grift,
the
baby.
reason.
That's
It's
what
all,
it's all
oh,
about.
poor pitiful me.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
it's
Mhm.
me.
Send
pick
me your
on
dollars.
me.
They're not after me. They're after you.
So he's into the big grift again. Grift,
Of
grift,
course.
grift.
That's what his whole life has been.
If
It's
we
get-
could just take all his money away, that'd be the best punishment ever for that ass.
Well,
Does he really have any though?
if he
Well,
does,
he's
it's all
making
on
the
paper.
free loans.
If
right?
any at all.
I mean,
Either that or
doesn't even
dig
own
up
a
that
wallet.
coffin up there at the golf place. Got something buried in there for later?
just
Yeah.
pictures. Pictures.
Yeah,
of
pictures
things.
probably. No, I don't know how much money he's got left, but I would think he's of course he's a thief. So
Right.
the millions that he got collected this weekend, where's that money going?
Well,
sure-
he's probably gonna have to use it to
I'm
pay
sure
for
s-
some lawyers.
Yeah, got to pay for lawyers, but I'm sure some of it's going in his pocket.
And the problem is that people who are his supporters are people who are lower paid and lower educated people,
He
and
counts
they're
on it.
sending their good hard-earned dollars
Yes.
to him to use, and that's
Yeah.
really sad.
It is sad when you stop to think about it, but don't think all maggots are stupid. A lot of them are. A lot of them are, in my opinion, educationally challenged. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and red states
yeah.
especially.
But they're easily manipulated, that group. All you have to do is slap on an American flag bumper sticker, baby. Raise the flag up, fly it on your truck, ride around talking about God and America. Oh, hell yes. That's how they
Yeah.
sell it, baby. Not that they back it up with what our Constitution says or what the ideals of this country may be. No. And that's
And
quite
I'm-
obvious with what they're trying to do nowadays. They're
I
not-
was in Festus, Missouri today, and I saw a bumper sticker that said, "My dog, Biden."
My dog is Biden.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's a pretty good dog.
I'm not sure if that was somebody who was pro-Biden or against him, but being in Festus, Missouri, I assume it's somebody who doesn't like Biden.
All right, but I don't quite get the gist of that.
Well, Biden sounds like biting, like
Oh,
a
Gene,
dog.
I don't have a fuck Trump song.
I don't know.
I got the shut the fuck up song, which is what we always want done. Here, I'll play that one.
I just need you to shut the fuck
That's
up.
what we want
Nobody
Donnie
asked
to
you,
do.
bitch.
Nobody asked you.
I
Just
need
shut the
to
fuck up. You did get arrested
Shut the fuck
Tuesday.
up,
You're
bitch.
probably not getting arrested
Shut the
over the
fuck up,
weekend.
bitch. Shut the fuck up,
Gonna
bitch.
have to wait. Just shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck
He's
up.
trying to make money. That's all it is.
Shut the
It's
fuck
all
up.
about making the money out of their
Shut the fuck
pockets.
up. Shut the fuck up.
And they are more than willing to give it to him.
I will send you my fuck Trump flag if you just hang it up inside somewhere. You can look at it and feel good.
I hang it up. I don't put anything outside. I don't
That's
see.
what I'm
That's one
saying.
thing. I
You
don't
wanna
put anything
hang it
on
up
my house, and I
somewhere in
don't put anything on my.
in
I
your
don't put bumper
office or
stickers. I
somewhere
don't
in
want to
your
give them the
house.
opportunity to knock the shit out of my window somewhere when they
No,
figure I am.
inside where you only you can see it.
Yeah.
You know, just so you can look at it and say, "Hey, fuck Trump."
Well, let me see. do
Yeah, I
have
just see those as targets. You put one of those on you,
Yeah,
you're
you're
a target.
Yeah, around here you would be.
There's a guy
Doesn't
in
matter who
Texas
you're
who
voting
has,
for, you're a target if you
My
put a
politics
button
are
sticker on.
not on my truck.
There's a
Yeah.
guy in Festus, Missouri, has a fuck Biden flag up on his 20-foot flagpole, and he's got a brand new Corvette sitting under it. And I just keep waiting for that Corvette.
You
to
know,
be
I
added.
say it all the time. The people that drive down my street that do not live on my street, and like I say, we get a lot of looky-loos. It's a nice street. We live right on the river. Everybody's driving by. Oh, look at that house. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And then they come to Butt Boy's house down there. And there's all his flags and shit. What do they think when they pass his house? Oh, well, there's the asshole in the neighborhood. Here we are over 2.5 years later from the election, and he's still got all that bullshit up. Who's the idiot? He is. You know, and again, I remind everybody listening, including you, Butt Boy, he doesn't know shit about politics. This is nothing to do. He doesn't know Trump from a hole in the fucking ground. He doesn't know anything about policy or nothing. It's all personal. He hates me.
Well, at
And
least
that's
he
what I
hasn't
tell him all the
stepped on it.
time. He listens. He tunes into this shit so he can get all pissed off and get his panties in a fucking wad. Yeah. It's his only fucking entertainment he has in life is me. So, fuck off. But boy.
Well, John,
Anyway, I've
John,
had my
I
fun for the
understand.
day. I'll leave him alone for now. But
I
yeah,
understand.
I agree. I don't put shit out on my... Because I don't want anybody driving around ruining the fucking neighborhood. Why would you want to put a bunch of shit out there? Especially, there's no elections going on right now. There's nothing, politically happening. So...
Nope, I wouldn't fly it outside, but if you want to fly it inside, hey,
I'd fly it inside.
I'll send it to you. It's a
John,
3x5.
guys, I'm gonna get off of here so I can eat some dinner.
Oh, Tony, really?
Thanks for stopping by, Tony.
Really?
Hey, no
Enjoyed it,
problem.
but, you could have brought enough for everybody here, and we could all sit down and eat together.
You have to
Not
check
at those
on-
prices, John.
Not at those
Yeah,
prices.
yeah,
That's true.
okay. $34 for 16 pieces of chicken.
I'm right there
No.
with you,
Wow.
brother. I am with you.
Yeah,
Every
it
time
is
I
crazy.
go through Popeyes, I look at that and go, "This used to
But
not
you know
cost that
something?
much."
You know something about that?
Huh?
It's cheaper than going to Five Guys.
I've never been
You,
to Five
you
Guys.
go to
Five
Five
Guys is,
Guys and get a hamburger with nothing on it. It's gonna cost you $11.99.
Oh, I ain't going there. Yeah, we very seldom
no
make
shit.
that trip. If we
Me
do,
neither.
it's Popeyes,
Uh-huh.
or well, most of the time, if we're going to eat out, normally it's Taqueria Jalisco, which is the closest place to me, which is about 15 miles away. Excellent,
Have you-
excellent Mexican food.
Have you ever heard of Burger Fi? Fi?
Yeah, I've heard
Burger-
of Burger Fi. Yeah, I have.
They're going out of business. They're trying to compete with Burger King and they're losing.
Can I
Never
say?
heard of them.
And it's
Man,
sad.
that Whopper is a damn good sandwich. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
say
my
it's not.
favorite burger, other than the one I get at the casino near where I live, which is the best burger around. But if I'm going to get something fast food, it's usually Burger King Whopper with cheese and
Yeah.
onion rings.
Anyway, like I said, I was gonna get off of here, let you guys have the night, and John Asgar sitting down in the audience waiting for you. So.
I swear I'm going to get my eyes fixed. I will.
Okay.
Snatch him
Hey, I
out.
love all
Tony,
you
thank you
guys,
for
okay?
coming in and joining us, brother.
Have a good night, Tony.
Okay, y'all too. Bye
All
bye.
right.
Howdy, everyone.
Hello, Asgard. How are you?
Where you
I'm
been?
good.
How's
I've
Spock?
been playing video games and hanging out with my girlfriend.
Ah, and
Oh,
well, that
the
sounds like the
girlfriend.
romance is just blossoming away there.
Does your girlfriend play too?
Yep.
Oh yeah, she's a gamer.
She's a gamer, and she's also a huge hardcore Trekkie.
Oh, well,
Oh
there you go.
wow.
Well, then
Oh.
y'all fit
I'm
just
currently,
right.
I'm currently planning on trying to save up money to go on the Star Trek cruise.
Oh wow.
Like a cruise?
Yeah, it's a cruise, but it's basically a 2-week Star Trek convention.
On the
On a
ocean,
cruise
not
ship.
up
On
the
the
sea,
ocean.
right?
Cool.
That would be an exciting trip for y'all.
Yep, and they have a costume competition. So if
Well,
I'm doing
there
this,
you
I'm
go.
gonna save up my money. I'm gonna get the gold package, which is like $3,000.
Hey!
But it gets you everything on the ship. And then I'm gonna spend I found a site online where a guy will tailor
I
a
ain't get
Wrath
on
of
no
Khan.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's a guy where you send him your suit measurements, and he'll make a custom-made Wrath of Khan uniform.
Wow.
James Price
I read
just put in the
something
chat
about-
there. Happy 92nd birthday to William Shatner. 92.
Congratulations. You're
Oh.
my idol. I want
Wow.
to make it 120. I'm hanging in there with you.
Good.
Yeah, and the Wrath of Khan uniform, the red one from the original Star Trek movies.
Oh yeah, I remember that uniform.
That's my favorite uniform from Star Trek currently. So if I'm going to get one, if I'm going to wear any uniform, even a fictional one, the military in me is too strong to not have that thing looking good.
Well, I read somewhere, and I might be wrong, that Star Trek was 54 years ago.
Yep. This is the 55th anniversary of Star Trek.
Wow,
Wonderful.
that's amazing. You know who
Now that
who
you've
you have
reminded
to
us
thank
how
for
old we all are.
You have Lucille Ball and Desilu Studios because she fought to get Star Trek on the air.
Yep, she pretty much the entirety of all three seasons of Star Trek were funded by her.
Yes.
Almost every Trekkie in the world considers her the godmother of science
Science
fiction.
Really?
Exactly.
I
Yes,
did not
Lucille
see
Ball.
there. You learn something new all the time. I did not know that.
I actually went to a convention
So I
once
assumed
where
she
it
was
happened.
a Trekkie.
Yeah, she actually didn't realize what she was signing off on. She thought it was a Western when she signed off on it because of the way Gene Roddenberry described it as a wagon train through the stars. And so she thought it was a Western with like fantasy elements, and then she comes down and what the hell am I paying for? And then she watched them film the first episode and fell in love with the show and never missed a single episode from what I understand.
Well, good.
That's really cool.
Hell of a beginning then.
Yep.
And
Oh
she
yeah.
apparently
No,
was
I'm more.
one of the
I
people
probably know
involved in
more about Star Trek than I know about Star Wars. I watched
Yeah,
the movie
Star-
Star Wars once.
To
it.
me, Star Wars is
Just
just
watched
kind
it
of Lord of the Rings with the fancy
Yeah,
swords.
see, I haven't watched the Lord
Well,
of the Rings.
the Mandalorian is okay. I have a 6-foot tall statue of the Mandalorian in my living room.
Well, the Mandalorian
Oh.
is basically a Western in space.
Well, the Mandalorian, it was a what do you call it? A bounty hunter, right?
I'm right
Yeah.
there with you, Miss Chick.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing because what happened to politics?
Yeah, nothing. It went out
Alright.
the water, out the window with the
That's when I
movies.
get together. We lose
Yeah,
it,
no,
don't
I
we,
get
after
lost.
that?
I am. I'm the first one to admit it. I don't
Well,
watch
I'll
very
take
many
you back to
movies. The
politics.
movies I have watched were probably 20 years, 30 years ago.
You know what is one missed opportunity I'm forever sad that they never did with Star Trek though?
What?
When Star Trek was real big in the 80s, there was talk of them building a Star Trek themed hotel in Las Vegas that would have been the exact shape of the Enterprise refit. You basically would have gotten a hotel room on the Enterprise, and it would have
I'm
been a walking
surprised they didn't.
replica.
Don't they
I'm
have?
surprised they didn't. I'm
rides
surprised
you can go
somebody's
on?
not doing it today because the market is still there for it.
I thought they
Yeah.
had rides you can get on, and it's like you're beamed up. Something.
They did, but they basically, one of the investors pulled out
Oh,
because
really?
he passed away, and his someone didn't want to fund the venture, so they ended up going with the Hilton company and scaling it down to what they referred to as the Star Trek experience, which
Yeah.
is basically they turned the entire first floor of the Las Vegas Hilton for about 12 years into Quarks from DS9 and different sets from Star Trek.
Wow, that would have been fun. My brother went there, but I never made it out.
Never made
There's
it
one
there.
thing. That is one thing I always wanted to go and see, but I never got to. The year we were going to go, my dad passed away, and then they closed it down the next
That's
year.
too bad.
That's a shame. Yeah.
Never know when
John,
that's
can
going to
we
happen.
get back
Yes.
to politics? I can get you
And
back to politics.
Can you?
And I do have some news to share with the group before we get back on politics.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I kind of got kicked in the gut about 3 weeks ago, which is why I've also been quiet.
Wow.
In 1989, my mother wasn't really part of my life. I was adopted by my grandparents. My biological mother only met her once in my life when I was 2. And they found the man that murdered her, raped and strangled her, and threw her in a field in Georgia in 1989,
Whoa.
3 weeks ago.
Whoa.
Oh,
Well, that could be a tough experience. You're right.
was that through a DNA thing?
Yeah, apparently one of his nieces put in for one of those family DNA test things. And because of the laws now, if you have DNA in the system, it'll pop up and flag you. And it flagged him. They arrested him in Indiana.
Oh,
Wow.
there's some closure there, huh?
Science to the rescue. Let me thank Mega Wet. Let me thank Mega Wet Willie, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "Mary Shelley and Lucille Ball are the godmothers of sci-fi." Like I said, I did not know that at all.
Mary Shelley wrote the original
I'm-
Frankenstein.
I'm gonna have to pop that on Travis and see if he knows it.
Read the book Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. It's nothing like the movies or what comes
Yeah.
out. He's humanized. In the book, he's humanized. He's not a monster. He's a human. It's tormented.
They got rid of the lines for the movie back in the 30s because they felt that they wanted a monster movie with an interesting twist but no dialogue for him.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Thrills and
whereas-
scares now.
the monster in the book though would be on par with Einstein in levels of intelligence.
Yes.
He basically he's intelligent, well-read, well-spoken, and methodical. And the entire reason
That's
he's
not
doing
good for the
everything.
bad guy.
No.
That's not good for us if that's the bad guy. That guy.
He's not
Anyway,
really a bad guy. That's the whole
DJ,
point.
what were you going to say
Yeah.
about politics? Some crappy
Well,
shit,
I
I'm
was
sure.
going to talk to you about Comer from Kentucky. James Comer, is that how it's pronounced? Comer? He's the chairman of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee. And all of a sudden today, the news came out that he may have outed his opponent when he was running for governor. And
Outed him in what way?
well, he leaked emails to the Lexington Herald Leader showing that an attorney married to a rival candidate's running mate had been in contact with a blogger who was making allegations that Comer had abused a former girlfriend, and blah, blah, blah. And so apparently Comer leaked all this stuff out when he was running for governor to make the other person lose.
I am not familiar with this story at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's on, he's part of that congressional integrity project or whatever.
Oh, he's a Republican?
Yes.
Yeah.
Republican from Kentucky.
Yeah, they
James
like to
Comer.
use that word. They just don't like to live by that word.
Yeah.
I don't find much integrity anymore on the Republican side anywhere, and that's one of the real sad facts.
What it says here is that Representative Comer committed at least one, perhaps multiple felony offenses during his failed attempt to secure a Republican nomination for governor in 2015.
Well, get on with the the prosecutor's
Well,
ass.
Yeah.
He broke the law.
Take him out
Get on with the rat killing.
So we got another Republican that's going down the tubes.
That's the sad thing is it doesn't make a rat's ass difference to the Republicans. It doesn't.
Yeah.
They'll find somebody else with a mouth to replace him. I'm losing any faith at all that there's anything on the right. The more of this man.
Just to give you guys a heads up, I'm gonna have to dip out at 19:30 my time for D&D tonight.
Uh-oh. Dungeons
Oh,
and
he's gonna-
Dragons.
Are you going to see the new movie?
Oh, what do you think?
Of course.
He
Well,
is.
of course he is. Silly boy.
Well,
What's the matter?
I kind of looking forward to it. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons person. I've never played it, but I think the movie looks good.
Honestly, based on the trailer, it feels like the kind of shenanigans you'd see in a D&D party. Like that scene where they're interrogating the dead guy with the raised dead spell, and it goes off the rails, and the dead guy just... To explain, in D&D, you get 3 questions from a dead guy if you use the spell
Really?
Speak to Dead. And those can be any questions. So if you say something that sounds like a question and it answers, it counts.
Oh,
Wonder
And
what
they
he'll
waste their
say.
three.
Well, there's one question.
that could
Yeah,
run
Depends
well.
on what you say, I guess.
And that they basically end up doing that with a dead guy in the trailer. And then Chris Pine is like, ah, crap, grab the shovel.
Yeah. I like Chris Pine. I like his movies.
Well,
Yeah, and he's a great Captain Kirk.
I'm glad you have somebody to enjoy it with nowadays.
And she likes D&D too.
Well,
So
there you go. A match
I'm
made in
planning-
heaven, it sounds.
I'm planning on starting a campaign here in the next couple of years, set in the golden age of comic book superheroes.
Right.
And it's basically going to be a kind of comic book superhero story where they each create their own arch villain, and then I weave them into the story.
Oh, well, there you go. Creative thinking keeps it going, keeps the brain going.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
well, Asgard, have a
Did
great evening, and
I
indeed,
will.
tell your girlfriend we all said hello, and
What's your
I
name?
will. Kimberly.
Kimberly,
Say hi to Kimberly.
I will.
there you go.
And later on, if you come in the Blue Room, we can have a hell of a science fiction.
Get a room, you two. I swear, we're
Sadly,
gonna have to
tonight
throw
I'm gonna
water
have
on
to
y'all.
pass- I'm gonna have to pass on that because of D&D. It's gonna run until about midnight.
Oh,
Oh, he's gonna be up late tonight.
Yeah, the campaigns we run, because we're all night owls, usually run from like 7:30 until like 2 to 3 in the morning sometimes.
wow.
Get involved in that stuff. You can get involved very easily. You know, that's why it's so popular. Anyway,
Yeah, and
I don't never played D&D. I just
they've actually done an interesting study recently. Have found out that people who play D&D are better at math, better at socializing, and have better social. And
well,
critical
there's my
thinking
problem
skills.
right there. Hey, I'm not playing enough games. That's what it is. That's why I'm always walking around pissed off the way I am. God damn, I need to slow down and play a game or two.
Maybe you
Enlighten
should
my
get a
life.
PS5.
Maybe.
Hey, there's an 80-year-old.
Hey, I ain't
lady
there
who
yet.
No, she plays Skyrim, and she is such a fanatical Skyrim streamer. They made her a character in the next Elder Scrolls game.
I'm with John and Carolyn. Played a lot of cards. That is math, right? That's math.
Yeah.
You play cards, you gotta,
But yeah, like they literally
know.
made this lady got so famous streaming her character for Skyrim, they copied her character, made it a permanent character in the game, and
Did they
coded it into where when
compensate
she play, huh?
Did they compensate her?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, she's a streamer. She makes her money off of streaming, and she's she's known as like the grandma gamer.
Wow.
on what platform? Every one of them? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many old folks are on social media. Go figure.
Yeah, she
Tell
has.
us about it. Tell us about
Who are
it.
you calling old?
Yeah, really. Who you calling? No, I ain't.
You cut that out.
And it's
starting on my
wholesome how
second
many
childhood.
supporters she has. And she has basically become like this online grandma who plays video games with and has other people join in occasionally. It's really cute.
Well,
So there's hope for me yet.
yes, there is. There's hope for all of us yet. We're not.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting old till I'm 120.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
nursing
yeah,
homes in like
65.
40 years are going to be really. When my generation has nursing homes, it's going to be really fucking weird. Because we're going to be sitting there playing PlayStations and rolling out these old video game systems and playing
I
Dungeons
don't
and
do that
Dragons.
either.
You'll be rolling, but it'll be the wheelchairs you'll be rolling.
Yeah. And just all these little, like, 20-year-olds are going to be confused as hell as to what we're doing over there with that little box plugged into that old TV.
The closest thing John gets to a game is the Wii. The the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the golf game on the original Wii. That's it.
I love the bowling game.
I'll play golf on that. That's about it.
You ever seen the movie Red? R-E-D?
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah. Well, my favorite line in that is some thumb sucker had designated Bruce Willis R-E-D,
I'm right there with you, James.
and that was what? Retired extremely dangerous. That's what Red said. So.
Yeah, and to give you an idea,
Oh, is
half
that
of the
right?
people I play with, half the people I play with online are above the age of 50.
Yeah.
I play with mostly older
And how old are
ex-military
you,
folks.
Asgard?
35.
35. Well, there you go.
And so me and these ex-military guys will play these shooter games together because we actually know how to play the objective and play as a team. And it's actually quite fun. It's really fun to watch all these teenagers think they know what they're doing, and then they're just running up against basically a, well, team full of former military personnel scoring on them every chance they get in a video game.
Yeah, I'm not much on video games. I tried them a few times and they got boring for me because it was the same thing over and over and over. You won, you made it to the top,
My
and you
kids,
start at the
my,
bottom,
both
you're
my
going back
boys
to the top.
play them regularly. Well, not so much nowadays, but normally they every evening they play something together.
My
Okay.
dad before he passed away is where I got that our thing was video games. And so we'd go and buy like estate sales and everything and get old collectible video games on like MS-DOS and everything. And we'd play all that stuff. He's where I got my love of video games from, and he died at 72 and knew more about computers than most professors I've met that teach the subject. And he taught all of it to himself.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like my brother. My brother, he's a high school graduate, but he taught himself everything, and he has become an expert who has worked for all sorts of major companies, writing programs and actually managing development and everything else without a college education.
Yeah, like for me, the hardware, the software isn't what I like messing with. I like fixing them. I like to tinker with them.
Yeah, I built a computer once. That was enough.
I
Yeah,
love
no.
doing that. I find it relaxing.
Travis
Yeah.
won't let me buy a computer. He'd rather build it.
Can I change the subject?
Yes. Yes,
Sorry.
you could.
Sorry.
Let's just move on from the game thing for a while.
Right.
What's going on, Miss Chick? Tell me something.
Well, I found a good podcast.
Oh,
I
yeah?
know you guys might not do those either, but
Oh, I love podcasts. I listen to them while I play video games.
well, you might like this one.
What's
I'm
the name
getting
of
an
it?
echo. Hopefully that's not. It's called Let's Start a Coup.
Let's start a coup?
Let's
Oh,
start a coup.
that sounds exciting.
It is so well done. I'm telling you. I think they dropped the episodes on Mondays.
I'm
There's only 4
assuming
so far.
it's a parody.
But let me give you the background
Okay.
here. What would you do if a secret cabal of the nation's most powerful people asked you to overthrow the president? Weirdly enough, it's not hypothetical.
No.
It almost happened to FDR in the 1930s, were it not for a
absolutely.
very intense, very problematic Marine named Major General Smedley Butler.
Smedley. Smedley Butler.
Smedley!
Yeah, Smedley Butler basically.
Why am
told
I
a bunch of
envisioning
rich-
some guy on a horse riding at Smedley?
Anyways,
Anyway.
it's really well done. It's by Ben Bolin, Alex French, and a cast of historical characters brought to life by Joe Canasian for a darkly comedic and terrifying retelling of one of the weirdest forgotten schemes in American
Really?
history.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can
Precise.
find it on Spotify, Apple Podcast. It just whatever one you listen to. If you listen to podcasts, just type "Let's Start a Coup" in there.
Let's start a coup.
COUP, coup, and it should pop up.
I'm going to go look for it. It
Yes,
sounds
I'm going to have to check
Definitely
that out.
recommend it. It's very enlightening and/or and it's funny the way they do it.
Yeah, if it's giving me facts along with a good laugh, I'm there.
Yes,
You know,
it is.
so-
Rachel Maddow has a good podcast too. I like her.
Yeah,
Oh, look
hers
at her.
gets heavy into news.
Look who
There is
I
one
found.
other one that I found just today. I only just started listening to it. And it's called Buried, BURIED, Buried Truths.
Buried
And-
Truth.
Yeah, this one is hosted by journalist, professor, and Pulitzer Prize-winning author Hank Kilbanoff. I don't know how to pronounce it. This one has 4 seasons. I just started season 1, and it is about I can't read my writing. Voting rights in
Right.
1948. It's dark. It's
it
true history, and it talks about murder and black people and racism, and
history?
it
Huh?
just yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually considered stories of injustice, racism, and resistance in the American South. And the
That's a
first
long
season is
list.
about 1948,
Wow.
and what happens to a man named, I think his name is Isaiah Nixon.
You know, there's a million stories out of the South. More
There
than that.
is.
Yes.
So this one again is, a true story. It's not going to be pretty,
Right.
but it's history to listen to.
Oh, you
And
mean if you read something like that, you're going to be woke?
yes.
Oh, there you go. You're going to be all woke up and all that stuff.
Well, and I think we talked about it with Aussie Dave in the last
Right?
time we talked to him about how we were trying to explain to him what a Dixiecrat was.
Yes. Yes, I remember
And
that.
this one involves the Southern Democrats, and they were the ones suppressing and lynching and
nice
doing
group
all
of
that
people.
fun stuff.
Not
No.
a nice group of people.
Yeah,
Mitch
nice
Goldstein.
group of people.
Hey,
Hey,
how you guys doing?
I'm doing fine, Mitch. How about you?
How's the
I'm
Blue
gonna have
Dot
to dip out,
family?
guys.
We're doing fine.
Yeah,
How's
yeah.
Julie?
Bye, Asgard.
Bye, Esther.
Really?
Bye,
Really,
Asgard.
Hi.
I'm actually in a mobile laboratory.
You're in a laboratory.
I'm on the road. I'm in the
Oh,
car.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Going somewhere
Yeah,
exciting,
you're-
I hope.
Now I go to pick Erica up,
Ah,
as we do.
is Erica in the Bahamas, by any chance?
No, she's working on the south side. She's got a great job, actually,
Oh,
working for the liquor board in the liquor store.
I think you mentioned
Oh,
that
that's
before.
right. You mentioned that last time.
Yes.
I think it's funny. I'm like, he says, yeah, it's pretty interesting. He said, I have regular customers, and I'm like, Erica, you've only been working there 2 weeks, and she says, yeah, but there are people seen every day that I'm there, come in every. I can't imagine going to the liquor
You know,
store.
Travis, Tyler, my son Tyler is the same way. Of course, he's been working up at this place for over a year. And he's got regulars. I mean, he's got people, we'll be in town somewhere and somebody will recognize him. More so than me. Shit. But yeah, no, he's got regular customers and good ones that occasionally help him out.
Both twins have my job. Zach is getting ready for his exam, starting soon for his license.
A&P license?
The airframe and whatever the fuck it is.
A&P. A&P, airframe and power plant. Yeah, that's the license he's going for.
Yep, so he's going to be setting his ass off next few weeks.
Man, when he gets done with that, Zach is going to have an exciting life, buddy. You get a good, you got a good mechanic and somebody who's got an A&P license. There's a demand for that. Good for him. Good for him.
I'm very proud of him. I think he's put himself in a fabulous position, and he's playing his cards right. He's going to see the world. So.
Outstanding. Well, Mitch, today the Blue Dot family went up a number.
What happened?
Just Coggins had a baby. Baby girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of our Blue Dot family members had a baby, and she's the newest Blue Dot family member. There you go.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. We don't know the name yet, but I'm sure
you're not gonna
Jess will get back with us later on that one.
And we're not going to ask for a contribution until she's 3 years old.
There you go. I am sure she's going to have a wonderful life.
She's a lucky person to be born into a Blue Dot family. That's for damn sure.
That's a lucky dirt. Hey, no arrests today.
Nope.
Nope.
No,
I'm telling you, man. I cannot believe, and I'm not judging nobody. You know me. I don't care what you
That's
do,
right, James.
but there were lots of people who allowed Trump to rent space in their heads and gaslight them into thinking he was going to be arrested. More especially his own cult members. He pressed $3 million plus of donations this week.
Well, wait a minute. Let me put out a correction real quick before I try to listen. Smartass Squad just let me know that Just Coggin has already given her a name, and her name is Elena Marie. Elena Marie is the newest Blue Dot member.
Vote on?
Huh?
Who's the Blue Dot member?
Yes. Yeah. Outstanding. Yeah.
Handle it till next meeting.
So, what's the weather like up there, Bub?
It's pouring like crazy today.
Ah,
Just buckets and buckets and buckets today, all damn day long.
I hate that.
We had thunder in the morning, and
We could
So,
use it though
I'm
down
trying to
here,
think-
buddy. We ain't had no rain in a while.
that's what I very lopsided. But this is very typical for us. You know, we start getting that rain right around the equinox. It just starts coming down. And it's going to probably be like this. You know, it's our rainy season, so it's going to be like this. What will probably also happen sometime, maybe we might catch one. We didn't have one this year. The temperatures will plummet. We'll get some Arctic air.
Right?
Temperatures will plummet, and what will typically be a spring rain will be an Easter snow.
There goes all the blooms.
I'm just looking at a whole lot of hot coming my way. There's no rain in our forecast. You know, a drizzle here and there. That's it. You know, the highs this weekend are going to be in the 90s. So,
You're going to have to stick it up here, man.
well, look at there. Let me send out a great big thank you to Anthony Lester, who just came in with a $25 donation. Anthony, thank you very much. And said for diapers for baby Blue Dot from Uncle Anthony, they will live in a free America. They will live in a free America. Indeed. Anthony, I don't know how to get that to just for diapers, buddy. We'll figure something out, though, I guess. Outstanding. Thank you very much, Anthony. We appreciate that tremendously. Joe Garcia. He just finished his honey's due. No, you didn't. You ain't done. You just think you are. She's got a whole new list for you. Anyway. Mitch.
Yes. Yes, you asked? Yes.
Oh, shit. No, right when I said your name, I had a question in my head I was going to ask you, and then it just fell out on the table, I guess, and I fucking lost it. Shit.
I like it with cream and Splenda. Were you asking me how I like my coffee?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. How do you like your
There you
coffee,
go.
Mitch?
Okay. And with the, I don't know, man. I'm pretty persnickety about my coffee. You know that, right?
I do know that. I do know. I wish you was going to be there, and you know, we'll meet up again, I'm sure. But we're sure going to miss you in San Antonio in May.
Yeah, you know, I would certainly, it breaks my heart that I can't make it, but I really want to try and put something together this fall. I'm serious.
Outstanding. I'm up for it.
Really.
We'll,
You know, maybe a little smaller, but like I said,
no
we're
matter
gonna
how
try to
big
do it.
the
I
group
like it.
ends up being, it is always a great group.
October.
You know, it's always
October
enjoyable.
time frame. I will bring my guitar this time. I promise you that.
No shit. Because I
Yeah.
told Travis the other day, I'm taking my cajon. The cajon is going in because there's just too many people with guitars. Because Randy Peterson plays, Michael Johnson plays. They're going to be there. You know, I'm going to be sitting there like what? Snapping my fingers? No. I'm taking my cajon. I need a place to sit anyway.
You could sing harmony, John.
Yeah, that's what I could do. I could sing, ruin everybody's day. I don't care if you don't like my singing. I sing anyway. I don't give a shit. I don't really care if you like my singing or not. I might be a little quieter if you don't like it, but you'll hear me at least humming. Anyway, now I'm looking forward to it in May, and yeah, if we could put something together for October or whenever, I'm up for, you know, visit up San Antonio anytime.
Really good solid. I got so much shit going on. It's just unreal. But
How's-
the 21st is the day we have our Masonic Lodge is having a symposium. So
Right.
we're having guests coming in from different parts of the country to talk about Freemasonry and some other stuff. And I'm the chair, so I got to kind of be there. Otherwise, I would definitely be there. And then the week after that is Memorial Day, and you know my buddy Bruce Coffer, his daughter is getting married.
Ah. Going to a
So
wedding.
that's going to be nice.
That'll be
So
fun.
we'll be going to a nice wedding in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
Sounds like you have your social calendar filled up there.
Yep. And then,
Good.
then we're getting into the summertime, and then we're going to be doing the usual concerts and festivals and,
Just
you know,
rub it in.
various drug
Rub it in. I see your pictures on Facebook. He's always wearing some tie-dye shirt at some festival. I keep thinking to myself, I lived the wrong life.
Dude, man, the music is what life is all about. Music
Oh,
is
brother,
the
I
sound
could agree
of
there.
life.
Music, everybody has a soundtrack to their life. Every one of us has.
I love making music. I love listening to music. I love just being around,
Yeah.
the music process and music people.
Yeah, and I don't, I'm not that particular about what kind of music it is. I can slide most into everything except opera. I can't sing that shit.
Oh, I love me some opera. But opera's a different sort of thing. Opera's a different animal.
The only thing
You
I
listen
know
to
of opera, you want to hear my opera?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, here it is. I have a structured settlement, but I need cash now. Have you heard that one?
Oh my God.
I think it's I think it was on Broadway. Yeah. I seen him up there on the stage.
And I thought
Oh
you were
my
going to sing Kill the Rabbit.
Kill the
Now, you
rabbit.
see how funny, because I'm the only one in my family who likes opera. So when it comes to the opera house, I'm usually sitting there by myself.
By yourself? I guess I've
Yeah.
just never been. I have never been to an opera. I must admit that. To listen to it, I just haven't sat down. It's not one of those things that I think I'll sit down and listen to it. Yeah.
Well, I actually started listening to it at work. Kind of like background
Okay.
music where I really wasn't paying too much attention
Okay.
to the mood. And yeah, I did start with Wagner. Speaking of Kill the Wabbit,
Yeah.
I did start with Wagner, and there was a WNYC radio program about the four-ring operas, and I listened to it, and it just piqued my interest. The story just piqued my interest enough for me to listen to the first opera, and I got hooked. Listen to it all the time.
I think it would surprise a whole lot of people just exactly how much opera they do know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That you've heard in everything from advertisements to cartoons.
You got married, right? You got married. You're married, right?
Who?
They played music at your wedding?
My wedding?
Yeah.
No, I had one of those.
Have you ever heard?
Meet the preacher at noon and get married things. We didn't have a reception or anything yet. No, we didn't have a big wedding.
You've heard it though, right? You've heard "Here Comes the Bride," right?
Oh yeah. Oh sure.
That's from Lohengrin. That's an opera by Richard
Really?
Wagner.
See?
Yep.
See, tell me
And
I'm
then the
not
other
up
one
at
that's
my
there,
operatic.
the wedding march. Yeah, the wedding march is from another opera, Midsummer Night's Dream by Tchaikovsky.
See,
Opera's in your life. You just don't
oh
know.
yeah. I'm sure they were because I've seen an article once about how many cartoons, including Bugs Bunny and all that you would recognize through your childhood that were classics. And
Well, because back in the day, there really wasn't. You didn't make a distinction between classical music and opera. They were the same. One was vocal music, and one was instrumental music.
Yeah.
And there was not a distinction made.
No. I'm very much into instrumental. I love good instrumental music. You don't need a singer.
Well, I grew up singing, so to me, opera is amazing to me because it's the hardest kind of singing.
I would imagine.
It requires the most training.
Oh no, I've seen the guy up there when he tries to get that. I have a structure. Yeah, he's got real deep structured settlement. Holding the.
Are we back to the structure?
Well, it's the only one I know right now. It's the only one playing on TV.
That's what informs you. And then you say, I don't like opera because of that motherfucking commercial.
No,
Scratching my head,
I
Tom
just,
Bravo.
my friend, I just. No, I probably, as a matter of fact, I would probably enjoy one. Because like
Okay,
you,
you would.
I would put something on like when I'm welding, put something in the ear that you really don't have to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Just like I'm big on that shit. So
Well, who wrote the William Tell Overture? Because that's mainly the thing that I love the most.
Yeah, it's Rossini. Rossini.
I love that piece. It's wonderful.
That's a great piece, isn't it?
see, if somebody
Yeah.
had asked me that question, I would have told them. I know somebody who knows that
And
answer.
then-
Let me get him on the phone here.
The Can song. You've heard the Can song. Everybody's heard the
Absolutely.
Can
Dun, 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 dun. That one? Yeah.
That's from an opera. That's
See,
from
tell me I
Orpheus.
don't know my opera. Look at them legs. Let me send out a thank you to Michael Johnson, who just came in with $2 and said, "We will need an air drum and an air guitar specialist." Fuck Trump. Hey, well, I ain't good at either one of them.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I
bringing my
wanna do.
cajon. You're just gonna have to put up with John beating on his box over there.
Now, I tell you what I'm going to do to raise money for the family is I'm going to become a custom air guitar technician.
Oh, there's always, because they're always banging them too hard. And if you watch some of them, they go to beating the guitar on the stage and shit. Yes, they need repair. So if you're out there doing that, get hold of Mitch Goldstein and he'll repair your air guitar for,
Right, I mean,
for a
you start
price.
playing air guitar and your shit sounds terrible. I'm
Yeah,
going to say,
gets out of tune and you try to tune it and it's just not working. Send it to Mitch. He'll fix it
sounds
right
flat.
up.
Sounds flat.
Speaking about.
Need to roll those credits, John.
Oh, do I? Well, we got to get one more guitar player in the room here.
Is Angie?
Is that it?
It
No.
wasn't-
Now I got to
No.
fix my buttons back where they were. Send us letters, by the way. I went to my post office box today. And again. Do we really have to go through this again?
Sad
All right.
story.
So that wasn't that button. It's got to be. There it is. There it is. Yes, I went to my mailbox today. And then there was a quiet silence of despair. Y'all send me a damn postcard. Anyway, Joe,
Yes, sir.
you bringing your guitar?
I'm going to try. I got two of them. I don't know which one's going to work.
Well, bring them both, buddy.
I'll have to get somebody to tune my air guitar.
Mitch is your man, right there.
There you go, Mitch.
He is an excellent air guitar tuner.
You
I
can
suppose.
airmail it to him.
Yes, you can airmail it. That's very good, Mr. Chick. Very good. That deserves it.
Absolutely.
And I'll airdrop it back to you.
There you go.
Overnight express, by the way. None of that.
Overnight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
overnight.
we got to
We
have
want
it
that
quick.
overnight shit.
Yeah, you don't have to pay extra for that. There's no reason, no call for
So
it.
how's everything in life, Joe? Everything going well?
So far, so good. I'm still
Good.
alive and kicking.
There you go. Done got half the
How
damn
was, how was
battle
your
won.
day? I was so busy.
Yep, that summed up mine too. Busy. Had to
Busy as
run
can
into
be.
town. Yeah, I had several chores today to get into town and take care of. I had to go pharmacy, pick up medicine. Had to go by post office again.
Did you go to HEB?
Yes, and then I had to go to HEB. I got things at HEB, but when I went to my mailbox,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna rub that shit in.
All I
Anyway.
got was bills.
I didn't get anything in my mailbox today either.
You
It's
didn't?
2 days in a row.
2 days.
Yeah.
If there's nothing in my mailbox, I get suspicious. There's always an ad in there for some shit.
I know,
know,
right?
If there's not an ad in
Piece
there,
of
I'm
junk
thinking, what is
mail
this,
or
fucking
something?
holiday or something? No mail today? Yeah,
Well,
somebody's ad
you
for
know,
something.
Well, if somebody's messing with the mail, that's a federal offense.
No, I don't think anybody's doing
They,
that.
they can-
Actually, I heard that we are understaffed in our area for carriers.
I
So
would
that
not
the
doubt-
poor
I
mail
would not
lady has
doubt that.
actually got 2 routes now.
I know my mail carrier, good guy. Make sure, Christmas comes, I give him a present. I do, I like him. He's real, because anything that doesn't fit in my box or something, he has to drive a mile from that mailbox down here to my house to deliver it. And he always does it with a smile. So I got a good mailman. I hope you do too.
He's happy to get off the beaten path.
Yeah, you would think I would. No, he's a nice guy. You know, he doesn't mind, he says, but yeah, that's a mile from my mailbox, so he's got to drive 2 miles just to, get in and out of here. But like I say, there's a lot of carriers that do that every day. As a matter of fact, you could play a patriotic song, and we could talk about mailman and the way they go through the weather and all that. Anyway, I saw it on TV one time. No, it's Postal Services,
We don't
Well,
think
I-
about it unless something happens and we
That's
don't
right.
get
A
our
lot of
mail.
people don't think about it unless you don't get your mail.
Just like we don't think much about the garbage pickup either until it doesn't get picked
A
up.
lot of things people don't think of until it ain't there anymore.
Well,
Let's make sure our freedoms and liberties aren't one of those.
Yeah, I have given the garbage man a couple of dozen of Mama's sugar cookies
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. Good.
in great appreciation for him helping me.
You know what the garbage man at my house gets?
Hey,
Garbage.
garbage.
Dinner.
Garbage.
I get dinner.
Ooh.
I am the garbage
oh,
man.
you get dinner.
I am the garbage man.
You
I
haul
load
your
them things
garbage
up
away
and I
to
haul
the
my
dump?
ass to the dump. That's where I go.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy. They don't charge me most of the time at the dump. I shouldn't say that. Because there's, you have to normally weigh yourself in and weigh yourself out and pay. Well, with my piddly ass shit that I take, I'm usually, if they make me weigh, I usually end up paying $2.37. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind a bit. But nowadays, most of the time, they know me, and they say, okay, lane 2. Thank you very much. We'll see y'all later. Have a good day. That's it. They just let me go through. Because what, I got 2 trash cans and maybe some bags in the back or some shit. They're not making a whole lot of money off of me, so. But I usually
A lot
try
of
to
people don't
schedule
know
it when
what
I
you're
go to
talking
town.
about when you say weigh yourself in. A lot of people don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I
I've
mean,
seen
drive
that in
your-
Arizona.
Yeah, you drive your truck on there, they weigh it in, and
Yep.
then when you unload, they weigh your truck on the way out, and you pay the difference.
It's,
So
it's
if
a
you ever
dump
do
up in
that-
Michigan. They
Nope.
don't make us pay. It's covered by our taxes. We just drive in and dump it.
Well, it used to be that way, but now we have a new facility out here, and I'm glad they do. Because anyway, it's a whole lot better and much more environmentally sound the way we do it now. And if you live in the city, you don't have to pay anything. Well, I don't live in the city. I live out the edge of the county, so when I go, yeah, I'm supposed to pay. But most of the time, they just...
Hey, Don, I hate to rush out of here, but I got to jet, man.
Mitch, be
Great
careful
talking.
on the road. Julie, take care of yourself, darling. Y'all have a wonderful time, and come back.
All right.
Holler at us.
See you over the weekend. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Mitch Goldstein. Well, like that guy. I wish he was going to make it
Yes.
up to San Antonio. But he will. We'll hook up again.
Eventually.
Eventually, if he wants to get together in October, I'm all game for that too. Anyway, I guess it is past time. I ain't even looked at my watch. How were you having fun? Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in and enjoying the conversation. Thank you so much for those that donated tonight. Thank you so much to those in the chat that keep this conversation going every time we get in here. I appreciate y'all so much. I try to catch as much of it again, but some of it slides right by me. But I want to thank all our Patreon members for their monthly donation. Maybe it keeps us on the air. I appreciate it tremendously. Anyway, Joe,
Yes, sir.
take care of yourself.
Well, we'll see if we can see you tomorrow.
I probably, because I got to go to the store and I might go over there. I'd rather go to
You got to come into
Mathis.
Mathis?
I'm thinking I'd rather go to Mathis than run into town again.
We-
I've been that way
we've
so
got
many
a-
times.
Yeah, we've got a new store director.
Oh, yeah? Hey, y'all
Yeah.
got crawfish over there?
Oh, I've never looked.
Oh,
I have never looked.
my
to tell you
HEB
the
out in
truth.
Cal Island ain't got it. So
Uh-oh.
I got to track them down. I know HEB's got them somewhere.
Well,
So I
I
gotta
think
find 'em.
more
I
likely
can smell them in the freaking air. Can't hide that shit
best
from
thing
me.
to do.
Well, you're in
Best
Corpus
thing to-
Christi, isn't that Shrimp Town?
Well, it is
That's
shrimp,
shrimp.
but they're shipping in crawfish from Louisiana right now. It's season.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
It's the season.
It is the season, baby. So,
I
yeah,
caught crawfish in the ditch beside my house when I was a
that's
kid.
the way
I did too.
that's the way I grew up. That's what I always say. As long as there's a ditch on the side of the road, a Cajun will never go hungry.
And it's
There's
and if it's got
crawfish
water,
in there.
we
There's
don't got
frogs.
water.
Huh?
We don't have water in the ditches nowadays.
Not nowadays. Hell no, they're dry as a
Yeah.
bone, buddy.
I guarantee if you toss a 5-gallon bucket, they'll pop out.
The news last night, as a matter of fact, had a special about the crops. You know, a lot of farmers, and I noticed it today coming down 624. Looked like a dust storm out there, buddy, because those fields
Oh,
had just recently been plowed out there, and the wind
Yep.
was up today. You
Yes,
know,
it was.
they're losing
If
a
I
lot of
didn't-
soil, baby.
Yeah, if I didn't weigh close to 200 pounds, I'd be on my butt.
There you go. Well, Joe, look, thank you for coming in, brother.
You're very welcome.
All
I'll see if I can give you a call tomorrow and see if we can meet up.
All right, will do.
Alrighty.
All right, DJ,
Yes,
thank you for coming in and joining the
thank you.
conversation.
I always enjoy it.
All right.
Fun.
Come back and visit more often. There you go. Whenever you can. Anyway, Miss Chick, thank you so much, baby.
You're
I
welcome,
appreciate
John.
it very much. And as Mr. Chick would say,
Hey,
like, share, and subscribe
share, and
right down there at
subscribe.
the bottom. That's right. Save you this time. Anyway, I guess we will return to the indictment watch and keep our eyes peeled for anything that's going to happen. But I'm not expecting anything until at least Tuesday. I think would be the earliest there would be anything moved from out of the
so
New
we'll
York.
just have to keep our eye on
Yeah.
all the other
Oh,
nefarious
that
people.
doesn't mean there won't be news to be had.
Yes.
I'm sure it's
I'm
being
hoping.
made as we speak. Anyway, darling, have a good night. And every one of our Blue Dot families, y'all have a great night. We'll be back here Sunday night for another Blue Dot family meeting, so please come by and join us. Anyway, y'all say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night,
Good night,
everybody.
DJ.
We'll
Mr. Chick.
see you later.